Well, what's going on, guys? So I haven't played D2R in a few months, but I'm excited to play Season 3 on February 16th. For the past couple of weeks, I've been thinking about what I want to achieve this season, and I figured I'd make a video on it. So back in Season 1, I decided to start with a Frenzy Barb, which I eventually respec to a Zerker Find Item Horker Barb. This is the best build for Trav farming I've ever played. I did over 1,000 Trav runs by the end of the season, and some of my best items included a Perfect Maraz, a Jaw, a Burroon, and a Imposter J-Mod. I was also able to gamble over 1,000 circlets, one of which turned out to be ridiculously good Necro Coronet, which I was able to trade it for multiple Burroons. However, before I eventually traded it, I made a Corpse Explosion Necro, which was great for farming Worldstone Keep. Then finally I capped off Season 1 making a Boazon. Season 2 introduced Sunder Charm, so I decided to go back to my roots and make a Frozen Orb source again. It was great farming different areas, and the Terror Zones added a nice break from the hundreds of Mephisto runs I was doing. So many people made Blizzard sorceresses, which drove the prices of cold skillers up. And I think actually for the first time in Diablo 2 history, Pally Combat and Lightning skillers were actually cheaper than cold skillers because of this change. However, in Season 3, Cold Mastery is now applied at 1/5 of the effectiveness after immunity is broken. So the price is probably going to come back to kind of what they were. And I think Sunder Charms are actually going to be a little bit more because there was some drop glitch where everyone was I don't exactly know how it was happening, but there was more in the economy than there should have been. Even so, though, I will be attempting to make a Lightning Sorceress this season. All 20 years of playing Diablo, I've actually never made a Lightning Source as Frozen Orb was usually my go-to. I think this is just because the Lightning gear was so much more expensive and I never played enough to actually get it before the end of the season, but that's the plan this time. So before I play on the 16th, I'm going to clear out all my mules to start. I usually like to accumulate runes, unique gems, and then trade them in bulk to improve my gear. So I'll probably delete those and then create new ones for Season 2, or for Season 3. So once Season 3 arrives, I'll play solo as usual, make my way to hell, putting all points into lightning and its synergies, and I'll also put 1 point into static for the bosses and teleport, of course. However, I'm not going to get energy shield and just make a pure life build instead, so resistances become that much more important. So once I reach hell, I will farm Countess to try and get my spirit rune words for the plus skills and FCR, which is kind of difficult on the Frozen Orb source because I believe she's cold immune, so this should be more fun. And then I'll trade any extra runes for spirit packs and keys of terror in hopes of trading up for maybe a Viper Magi if I don't find one, or eventually Shaco and things like that. I could also do Arcane Summoner runs, which would be really fun, killing all the Spectres on my way, which actually have a higher potential rune drop chance. This was viable with my Cold Sorcerers, but the way Lightning is cast in a straight line fits perfectly with the Arcane Sanctuary map layout. And then depending on my luck, I'll continue trading any runes and high value items I don't need to eventually get endgame gear such as Torch, Annie, and a Griffin's. As I mentioned, I never had enough high-end gear like a Griffin's before, so this should be a good challenge for me for this season. And yeah, that's basically how I want to plan out my Season 3 to start. And I'm excited to play again because I've been taking a few months off. And thanks for you guys who've stuck with me over the last few months where I wasn't posting. Let me know in the comments below if you'll be playing Season 3. And what's your build going to be? I'm actually interested to know that, if everyone's going to go Blizzard Source or it's going to be kind of back to what it was before the Sunder Charms. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and let me know below.